Hello, ARC family, and welcome to the ARC Journey. Today we have Pastor Beth Dunlap. Her and the West Newton Church are just coming back from their mission trip out west. They were with the Navajos. And so, Beth, I guess what I wanted to ask everyone, or ask you to share with everyone, is why would you do this? What is the benefit for the mission field, for the people that go, for the church as a whole? It takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of time. I know that it takes a whole lot of your time and energy when it could be spent in so many different ways. So what is the real benefit of doing something like this with your congregation, so that this might encourage other congregations or help them to make a decision to want to do something like this? Okay, Beth, go ahead.
The benefit is sharing Jesus and building relationships. So for me, this was my fourth time going to the Southwest. I went the first time in 2016 on the Cross Cultural Mission Commission, did an eyewitness tour, and I was able to take two ladies from my church, Susan McMichael and Darlene Trout, and we just fell in love with the place and the people. And so we decided on that trip we wanted to go back. And we made our dates to go back 2 years after that and do Bible school. And now we've been out 3 times to do Bible school, once at Gamerco and twice now at Journey. And the relationship that you build with these people, the stories that they tell, the lives that get shared, right? They share their life with us and we share our life with them. It's just such a blessing to be there and to build those relationships. We talked about this in church on Sunday, and David Postaway is always the one guy that goes with us, right? He's always the token male. And then the first time he was told that in a matriarchal society, they may not respond to you as quickly as they will to the females on the trip. And this time, every day, Maybell, who's the matriarch of the Journey Church, Pastor James's wife, greeted him every day by name. Good morning, David. How are you? And so that we've gone back and built those relationships. Ernest and Arlene, who are planning on coming back to Mount Pleasant for the fair trade in the beginning of December. Yeah. They are very excited because last year when they were there, we all went to see them, right? And again, it's continuing that relationship. Krista, it was her first time going, and Saturday she got a friend request on Facebook from Ernest, and that meant so much to her that he remembered her name and sought her out to do that, you know. So through social media and texting, we have an opportunity to continue a relationship even in between. We were leaving on Thursday for our last day of Bible school, and as they're driving away, they're hanging out the windows, waving and saying, "When are you coming back? Coming back next year, coming back next year." And Darlene said, "Well, we have to fundraise." I don't think they quite understood that, but it is expensive. It was about $1,000 a person. 609 of that was the flight to and from Albuquerque. There's no direct flight from Pittsburgh, so you always have to stop somewhere along the way. And then the rest of the money is spent providing food for us, but a meal for them. So we do a morning Bible school and we feed them lunch. So every day they have a good meal, and we make enough that we can give away and send people home with leftovers. And for some of them, it may be the only hot meal they get. It may be the hot meal they only have. Dan and Agnes, it's probably the only hot meal they ever get, because they live in a place where there's no running water, no electricity, no plumbing, nothing. So if they get a can of soup, they open the soup and just eat the soup out of the can because they have no way to heat it. It's culture shock, right? But the one, we had a 14-year-old and a 12-year-old with us, and the one 14-year-old, when we went out to pick up, Chloe said, that house is smaller than my bedroom. And so it helps us to be appreciative of what we have, to realize that not everybody has what we have. It fills these kids' hearts with a passion for another people, another culture. It helps them learn. I have young people that want to go back all the time. There were 10 of us that went. Let's see, Tina, Chloe, Maddie, no, Tina, Chloe, Krista, and Emma. So 4 of those 6, it was their first time ever going. But the people that go want to go back. Like, we've already set our dates for 2 years from now, and they're already planning, right? We had 2 people that weren't able to go.
Wait, you just got back Saturday.
I know, but we're already planning for going again. And we're already talking about fundraising. We did a lot of fundraising in a very short period of time, but we work really hard to make it affordable for everybody. So everybody paid a deposit, and we raised enough money for the rest of us to go. So we try and do that. We don't want anybody who wants to go to not be able to go because of funding. Now, there is money available through the conference, because Gladys called me and said, why didn't we use that money? So just so churches know, there is money available through the Allegheny Region Conference to go on mission trips. So don't let cost. And if you need fundraising ideas, we can, we did sub sales. We made over $1,000 on a sub sale. So we did 2 of those, but we raised the money. And as we told the congregation on Sunday, they were there with us. It wasn't just us. They were there with us. Their support, their encouragement, their help in getting us there, their excitement. And they know these people because we do. And we talk about it. I guess I've always had a heart for missions. We do a mission moment every Sunday. Yes. So every Sunday we focus on, we usually do a month for each mission field. But, and it's important, and we put pictures on the screen so people can see who these people are. So I have people in my church that have never been on a mission trip, but yet they feel like they know because they're learning about it. And we share that. It is such a blessing. It is just such a blessing.
It is. So you shared that on Sunday, they didn't even let you preach. Everyone gave testimonies. So
right.
Took the whole service. Where can people go to hear that service?
If you go to Facebook, to West Newton First Church of God Facebook page, and that service is there. And to see these young kids, like I said, Emma's 12 and Chloe's 14. So I'm willing to take kids that are young like that. Of course, Emma's grandmother was there. Darlene was there. So I think that made her mom a little more okay with it. But yeah, go to the West Newton First Church of God Facebook page from this Sunday, and you can hear them and hear the excitement and the fun. And we sang songs that we sang with them at the reservation. Because we've been there. The first time we went, it was probably Wednesday into Thursday before they started participating in worship with us. This time it was the first day, right? Because they know us and they can trust us. One of the girls said it was over, Bible school was over, and we were cleaning up. And the young kids were outside playing with the Navajo kids that were staying right there at their grandma's house. But there were some other kids, and the one little girl was 2. And she said, I can't imagine walking away from my 2-year-old. And I said, well, that shows that they trust us. Mm-hmm. They trust us to take care of their children, to play with their kids and be with their kids. And we all held and shared care of Nevaeh while she was there. So, but no, and them. One of the ladies asked for us to pray for her. She's struggling with, their property is very different than our property and passing on when someone dies. And she's fighting to try and get the house she lives in her name. And the next day I said, we prayed for you last night. And she was so appreciative of the fact that not only did we say we would, but we did it. And so I want to keep in touch with her. So I want to send her a card every once in a while so she knows that we're still praying for her. And we've done that from the last trip to this trip. So we went in 18, in 21, because we couldn't go in 20 because of COVID. And we're planning for 2025. So anybody wants to go with us, come and join us. I mean, we always try, and at camp, I'm always asking the staff if they want to go on a mission trip. We're more than willing to take them with us. And
I think that's awesome. So yes, we have Allegheny Region funds that are available for ACTS trips. So I know that we have scholarships available for anyone who is interested in going on an ACTS trip. That's with the General Conference. But we also have funds set aside, and there are foundation funds. There are lots of ways that we can help churches to be able to do this. So you can have this kind of experience in your congregation. I know that it was a huge leap in the discipling process of the teens that I took on mission trips. And it wasn't just the teens, the volunteers that went along that helped with the kids were always greatly impacted. Even so much that we actually turned around and brought some of their teens to us too, to spend a week. And then we spent time taking them around and doing things. There's all things that you can do, and it can grow into, it is well worth the time and the energy that you will spend on developing this. And you will not believe what God will do in the life of your people if you're willing to invest in them. Thank you so much, Beth, for sharing. Anyone last thought? Yep.
yeah, one thing about ACTS teams. So when you took ACTS teams, they were for teenagers, but now ACTS teams are intergenerational.
That's
so
right.
I've known churches that said they want to go on a mission trip, but they're not sure how to go about doing it. So they get a group and they go on an ACTS team together.
Yes.
And you can go. So, and if you're not sure what to do or how to do it, just get in touch with me. I'm more than willing to share. I don't know either, but go on an ACTS team. You can go to the Southwest. You can go to Kenya. You can go, I don't know where.
India.
They're going to Bangladesh and India.
India.
There are a lot of through the General Conference. And if you want to go, but you're not really sure what to do or how to go about doing it, get a group from your church and go on an ACTS team. And the leader there makes all the arrangements and the flights and all that kind of stuff and helps you through all of that. So I would love to see us be able to do another conference trip where we would go somewhere.
I would like that too.
Maybe we need to plan that for maybe one of the ACTS teams. We could say, hey,
we're all going to go to India together. Well, that's the place that my heart's leaning towards right now.
I've been there, so I've been to India and Bangladesh, and I
would love to go hang out and spend a week with Samir.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh,
it's an awesome experience, and you got to be open because God has something special for you when you do this, but you have to listen and experience that. And it's not all big things. It's a lot of little things.
Yes.
And again, the building the relationships, the sharing life together, being willing to listen to the stories that they tell is awesome.
Well, thank you, Beth. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for taking that step with West Newton. Thank you for sharing and opening it up to everyone who is interested. And I want to tell you all, keep shining, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.